So maybe I just want to put it, yeah, let's put them a little bit more here. So it's just popping out of the object. Yeah, that's totally better. All right, let's do then this object here. For the area here inside, we have just to rethink it later on, but for now I just want to make these details here. So I'm going to isolate the view, and basically it's just a little bit of extrusion and insetting of some stuff here in the back. As you can see, we have here a sharp edge, then we have here an extrusion, and in here we have an extrusion inside, and so on. We are going just to do that now. First of all, I go back into object mode and we're going to add another cylinder here. So basically I just want to redo this object, but with a different rotation. So I'm going to rotate that quick. And basically I'm just going to duplicate all of that. I'm going to put it here and I'm going to rotate it back to our initial rotation. So I'm going to ensure I'm right on the spot here. So this should be good now. And now we can just take here our object and basically let me think, maybe I will have just to delete here the front and the back for that. So we have only our stuff here. That's totally fine. And I'm going to delete all of them. So just delete this half. So we have only our backside here. It's totally fine. And now we can take that and scale it in the right way. So this should be fine. We are going just to bevel that. So we can take one side, put it here, and we have the same size. Now we can delete the rest and we are good to go here. Now I'm just mimic the length of the object for now. This here, that's totally fine. We can add a loop cut. Oh, I have just to undo this quick. So we have just to select all, obviously. Then we can add a loop cut here, maybe like that. With that, we can just go to individual origin, extrude it, cast extrusion, and scale it inside. It's a little bit better with the scaling. As you can see, if I just go into the top view, we have scaled it along the y-axis. I don't want that. So I'm going to scale that again by the exclusion of the y-axis. So yeah, a little bit better. All right, shaded smooth, auto smooth. And now we can just add our first detail on that. So I'm going to add here this detail. I think we have here another inset maybe, or it should be, it's looking like we have a small belt extruded outside twice, and then we have these details on top of that. So we're going to mimic that. It's very easy. Just go inside, make one loop cut, bevel that. So I'm going to put it like here, select it again, and you can make this belt. So with that, extrude it, cancel extrusion, scale it along the axis with the exclusion of the y-axis. Maybe it's a little bit too much. And now we have to think how we can do this type of detail on top of the object. Basically, the different part of this object is like the rounding, because if you're going to put it on top, it's very easy. You can just add an array modifier on the top, on the bottom, the same thing. But we're going to start for now with that. Origin to 3D cursor, so it's right back in the middle. That's important. Now we can go into the edit mode. I'm going to search here for this face cursor to select that. So we have it on top of that. I'm going to add a cube. We're going to scale them down. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger, like that. And obviously we have to have the right size. So I'm going to scale that along the y-axis. And I'm not totally sure, but I think it's going inside here. So maybe it could be going inside, I'm not sure. We can't really tell that. But maybe to have some a little bit more of a difference. We can go inside of the object or we can leave it outside. It's totally up to you how you want to make that, but we have to ensure that we are right in here like that. Yeah, it's looking maybe a little bit better, but we have obviously a problem now. The spacing is not right. It's a little bit, it's too small here. So I think I'll go a little bit more inside with that object. So it's a subtle detail, that's fine. Alright, looking better. Maybe we can add here some sort of beveling. I'm going to scale this here a little bit down. So we have a little bit more of this detail, so a little bit more space for that. Now we can make here this bevel bigger. So to do that, I'm going to undo this quick. Now we can add another one. And it's definitely better. Alright, on top of that, so we have another detail. To achieve that, it's simply, we have first of all I'm going to hide that, we have to add here, we have to convert this n-gong in a quad. So in order to do that, just add here a loop cut so we can close that. And the other side. Now we have here a loop cut going through. And I think I'm going to start with that on this point, and the other one should be here. Alright, so I'm going to select that. Make sure you're on individual origin. And now I can extrude that, cancel extrusion, scale it on the x-axis, scale it on the z-axis. And you have this type of detail in here. Good, now I just want to add here some sort of array modifier. So I'm going to start maybe on this point here, so before the rotation starts. So we can add first of all an array modifier with a spacing of, let me see, maybe 9. So let's add here this type. Or we're going down with that and add another one. Yeah, it's looking definitely a little bit better with another one. And now comes the difficult part. We have just to think how we can do this type of rotation by keeping the space in between. So I don't really know how I can do that, but I'm going to try just to steal here this type of edge, so we can make a non-separation of that. I'm going to delete here the array modifier, so we can just scale it to this point, the other one to the other one, so we have the right amount of space. So it's that space, it's this space here that we need. With this information, I'm going first of all maybe to do an extrusion, so we have another spacing here, so we know that here is the right spot for the object. So I don't know if it's working, but I'm going to put that here, or maybe on top of that, or like that. And I'm going to make that as active. Going to rotate that, select all, duplicate that, put it here, rotate that, and so on. The thing about this method, it's like something I just invented now, but basically you have the right space to put the details manually. So should be good here. And on this point should be start the next of the array modifier. So I don't know if it's working, we have just to try it, but basically I'm going to select all, make a separation of that, going to delete for now the array modifier, so we can select that, And yeah, we need to know how it's looking on the other side. So I'm going to scale that up like that. So we see our spacing in between. Or maybe, I think it's working too if we just select it like, yeah, it's working like that. Alright, so I'm going to put it here, rotation. Just make sure that the rotation is right. So something is odd here. Something it's not good. So it's this point here. It should be there. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, okay. So it should be here. So now we are good. I'm going to do here the same thing again, because we have to be on this point here. That's fine. Just rotate it. But obviously here we have just to go a little bit back. So I have just to find my own way here. But it's a quick, maybe it's a quick solving of this problem. So next one will be here. Alright, we should be good here. So I think we have a problem with the shading. Let's see. No, we are good here. Perfect. Going to delete that because we have the other side. So for that, simply let's try to... I'm going to undo this quick because we need it another time. So I'm going just to steal that. I'm going to scale that by -1. The thing I need is just the spacing on the other side. So to achieve that, simply put it here, rotate it like that. So we have the spacing here and we can use that. I hope it's going up, so we haven't any problems, but basically I'm going to select here this object, scaling by -1. So we have just scaled that. And we need here the spot. So now I need just to see where we are. So it should be here. But I think we have too much. Yeah, we have too much. I'm going down with 1. Alright, now we can delete that. Don't worry about the spacing here, it's the same as on top, so it's just a little bit of a difference, that's totally fine. I'm going to select here all, so we can just take that, scale it by -1, so we have it on this other side, and now we should be good to go here. So here we have just to recalculate outside, and our spacing is perfect. Alright, let's go to the next area. So let's just see where's the front. So the front is on here. I think I'm going to apply here the array modifier so we can join them together to one object. So select all of them and join them. Perfect.